I don't know how many times I thought, what the heck is, couldn't find my remote. I don't know how many times I thought about coming on here and talking about this. What it's like, you know, the thoughts I have, like being a young mom, or I started out as a young mom. I got pregnant when I was 15. I had him when I was 16, and I'm now 25. I'll be 26 September 3rd. And I just think it's crazy. So I wanted to make a video talking about like some of the things that I thought, some of the thoughts that I had, and see if anybody can relate. So I was thinking the other day, because when you I can't talk. When you become a mom so young, you have to grow up fast, or at least you think that you grow up fast, and then as the years go by, I realize that, you know, I still have a lot of stuff to learn. I still get impatient a lot, or I still get impatient, and I know that's, you know, an immature side of me, because I shouldn't get as impatient. I shouldn't be as impatient as I am with my kids. They deserve, you know, a parent who is patient, because they are still learning how to regulate their emotions, how to handle the way that they feel. And I just think it's crazy. Like, it's crazy to think that, like, I wasn't just in high school, but, you know, went from high school to straight to being a parent. And it's insane. My son is a 4th grader now, and I just can't wrap my head, like, I still see high schoolers and I'm like, I remember that. Or I hear like kids talking about the problems that they have in school, and I'm like, yeah, I can relate. Like, is this how our parents feel? When we tell them about problems? Because, oh my goodness, I can relate so much with a lot of the problems that my son has at school. Like, he is a lot like me with the kids that he deals with, and the kids now are so ruthless. Kids now will make fun of you for anything. Like, for your weight, how big your head is, what clothes you're wearing. Like, well, what does it matter what clothes you're wearing? It's so insane. We should teach our kids, you know, kindness. So, gross. I just wonder if anybody has the same thoughts. Like, do you feel like you lose yourself sometimes in just being a mom and not being a person? If that, not that being a mom isn't a person, but, you know. Sorry, I paused it because Mark Sloan was screaming on TV because he broke his, you know. Love Grey's Anatomy. I forgot what I was saying, like 5 minutes ago. Basically that we should be patient with our kids, right? My brain is freaking, how kids are ruthless. I get great ideas. I have a great idea. I can keep my mind on track as long as I keep talking about it. But then if I stray, forget about it. It's my brain goes to something completely different. Oh, feeling up like you lost yourself, because, you know, I love being a mom, but then I see like people who like singers, and I've always wanted to I've always loved singing. I've always been interested in like acting, and I applied last week. I auditioned to be in a movie, right? Well, like a play, a little play, like just for practice, and it was in a whole nother state. And I have, my son's in school, or he just started Monday, and my daughter's 3, so I had to think, what would I do with them? what do, like, what big actresses, what do they do, like, with their kids, or actresses that are just starting out, like, what do you do with your kids so that you can go and travel to a different state on a fixed income? Like, us being on a fixed income, I can't just pick up and take my daughter over there and find a babysitter there, pay for the babysitter there, pay for a babysitter here for my son, and be able to focus on working on the movie. And of course, I would want it to be somebody that I trust, right? So that would be something I couldn't just do that willy-nilly. I'd have to figure that all out beforehand. So, that's one big thing that I was wondering what people do, like, when they're first starting out, like, pursuing their dreams with their kids. Like, do you wait until, like, my daughter's in school, but then I would still have to be here to get my daughter from the bus stop, to get my daughter from school, to get my son from the bus stop, you know, just in case anything happens, because my fiance works so far away. Yeah, it's insane. The thought process that you have to go through to, you know, plan. I think the planning process that you have to go through. Hold on. I'm sorry, I had to see my son was screaming because the light was flickering, even though I think he was the one who was flickering it. He was screaming, scared because the light was flickering, but and, you know, it's crazy the patience that you have to have as a parent. You have to be able to, if I'm having a bad day, I can't take it out on the kids, but if I'm having a bad day, it makes it, you know, twice as hard for me to, because the kids, my daughter, she loves attention, my son loves attention as well. They both want mommy time, right? And if I'm having a bad day, or if I am having a day where it's hard for me to control, like, slow down my thoughts, it's harder for me to be patient with them. I have to take a second, be like, look, they're kids. They're still trying to figure out their emotions. If I scream at them while they're screaming, then what does that teach? If you scream at your kids while they're screaming, what does that teach? I think that if your kids are yelling at you, or if your kids are yelling, screaming, like my daughter, she will not listen, right? She will cry because she wants to bring, for example, 10 toys to the daycare at the gym. No, it's only one. Okay? She will scream and cry, and then I'm like, do you think, you know, that it's okay for you to sit there and yell at me? You're not being very kind, like, right now. The things that you're saying and the way that you're screaming at mommy, it's not very nice right now. And she will say, I'm sorry. Say, thank you for saying sorry. And let's try not to freak out again. If you're feeling upset, talk to mommy, and mommy will help you. But if I were to just be like, why are you screaming at me? And stop yelling. And I'm screaming, she's screaming. So what are we really learning? But I want to do more videos like this because I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of, you know, I want to find women that relate, like women that relate to me, so we can all come together and, you know, discuss things like parenting and patience and becoming parents when, you know, 15, 16, 17. I think that it would be really helpful to be able to talk to other people about it. And if you're interested, then let me know in the comments, and I will keep making videos like this, and I will try to figure out how to make videos with other people that I can, you know, talk to you, and, you know, we can discuss it, kind of like a podcast. If I can figure out how to do a podcast, then I will. But I set the video for 10 minutes. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I can find people who relate to me and make friends. Thank you.